So we've got our InGrill smoker put together. It took just 2 tools that were included with the smoker. We are going to do our first cook on the InGrill Basic. This is the barrel smoker from Colombia. We're going to be doing some leg quarters. We'll do some boneless pork ribeye chops. I got some sausage, some veggies, and we'll be using our natural mesquite charcoal, lump charcoal. So let's start using our InGrill Basic Smoker. First thing, it's got some locks right here, so unlock it. We'll move this over. First thing you're going to want to do is line this with aluminum foil. Just going to make cleanup easier. Now I'm going to do the same with this part right here. And then we've got our, all right, so we'll take our charcoal. One of the things that I'm going to have to learn is how much fuel it's going to take for each of these cooks. And just for reference, this is how much fuel I have in there. To get it started, I'm going to take a couple of tumbleweeds, and that will be my fire starter. Now let's light those. Really windy out here. Now we've got our tumbleweeds lit, and then we'll place the barrel back on it. All right, and I'm going to move it off of the table, and we'll move it into place where we're going to cook. So we're getting started with our smoker. We've got our fire lit. Right now, we've got to wait until that coal ashes over, and we'll wait until that's done to finish prepping these.
So we just had a few shots of the fire as it's kind of going through its motion of heating up and getting the coals ashed over. This was just a couple of minutes over. This was just kind of checking out how much heat it's generating, what type of fire I'm going to get out of it. Just really curious as to what's going to happen. I kind of like this shot, how the fire was reflecting off of the drum inside. Looked pretty cool, reminded me of a bonfire. And now the coals are ready. One of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bell pepper and I'm going to place it directly on those coals and get it all charred up and ashed over. And then we'll scrape that char off and we'll use it to make a sauce. So you'll see me moving the pepper around a little bit throughout the video. And I'm just putting the red side right on the coals. Let's burn that pepper. For this cook, I just grabbed some stuff that was already seasoned. I was more focused on the actual cooking process and how long it was gonna take. So I found these and that's what we're gonna cook.
So I'm gonna go in through the thigh near the bone and come out near the leg quarter, okay? Let's see. Yeah, I think I like that. And then you can also go in through the leg quarter and up out the thigh. And we want the bone side towards the fire.
And I'm checking that pepper. It's about halfway cooked. Let's turn it around and keep cooking it.
Now we're gonna get our pork chops ready.
So I'm going to grab the hook and we're going to try to get it through both pieces. There's a little bit of fat that kind of runs between those muscles. I just want to make sure that I grab both parts of that on each of these chops. And the reason I'm doing that is I don't want to grab just one of the small pieces and let that fat kind of render down, break down, and then it fall apart on me while I'm cooking. I want to make sure that it all stays on the hook and I can remove it after it's cooked, after it's finished cooking.
I'm going in through here and coming out over here so that way I can keep it all together. Especially on this one was a little bit looser, so I had to go in a little bit deeper because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 muscles there. All right. I'm going to leave a little bit of space for the heat to work around those. All right, so my pepper is charred on all sides. So now I'm going to set it over here on the cutting board. I've got a chunk of hickory wood. I'm going to put that on there. We're going to place the grill on here. I'm going to put my jalapenos. Got a couple of packs of sausage. I have some zucchini. And let's see. I've got some onion and I want them to be this way so they don't fall through the grill. All right, so now we have our grill set up. Got your fire going really nice. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to shut this off and we're going to start monitoring the temperature. Okay, so we just put the lid on and we're sitting around 350. Okay, we're at like 345, 350, and it's still climbing. We've got a pretty good fire in there, but you can see, look at the puppies. You can see the smoke coming off of there. Probably not on the camera, but there's definitely smoke coming out of there. It smells delicious. All right, so we are rolling smoke. We're sitting here just under 300, but we've got a nice smoky set going on. Now, I charred that bell pepper. So I charred this bell pepper, and Juan from InGrills told me that they make a nice sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and scrape off all of this skin that's been charred, right? We'll get rid of the seeds and go ahead and scrape off all of that charred bit. And we're going to make a little sauce, okay? We're going to grab a few ingredients. Got my blender over here. And it's totally okay if you want to add a little bit of that charred stuff in there. Some people like that extra smoky flavor. You can also do this under running water, but I think that can potentially dilute the flavor. And all right, we are pretty clean there. Now, just since I'm using a small hand blender, I'm going to go ahead and cut it in strips, sort of help it along a little bit. Place that in our cup. So we've got a few ingredients. We're going to add a spoon of this chimichurri seasoning. It's got your salt, pepper, garlic, onion. It's got all of that good stuff in there. We're going to add a little bit more salt, just a little bit. We're going to add some mayo. What is that, about 3 tablespoons? We'll add mustard, do about a tablespoon of that. You can add more or less if you like. I'm going to come over here to the grill. We're going to get those green onions that I smoked. We'll put it in there, and we're going to blend this up. All right, let's taste it. Give it a taste. Man, that is wonderful. Thanks for the recipe, Juan. I'm definitely going to make this again. You should make it too. All right, so we've been cooking for about 45 minutes. We were around 300 degrees. It's slowly dropping. I can pick up the temperature by opening this, and that's going to create a little more airflow to go through the cooker. So let's take a look at where we're at. So for temperatures, let's see, this sausage, 170 degrees. Okay. This sausage, also 170 degrees. Got our vegetables. They're sitting about 160. All right, let's pull this off. Check the temperature on our meat. Got our pork chop at 152 degrees. That's perfect. All right, so the pork chops are done. Now let's see where this chicken is at.
So the veggies and the pork chops cooked in about 45 minutes on this barrel smoker. The chicken needed a little more time.
Okay, they're all around 160, but I want to let them cook just a little bit more. I want to make sure they hit 165. Let's take a look at this beautiful food that we've already cooked. We've got our pork chops. We've got a couple of kinds of sausage. We've got some zucchini, and we made a red bell pepper aioli. That's fantastic. It's going to taste really good with those pork chops. Let's give it a try. Okay, we're going to cut into this pork chop. Oh, look how tender that is. Very tender. Give it some of that sauce. The creaminess matched with that smokiness. This is fantastic. So our chicken is sitting at 180 degrees, according to my thermometer. Golly, that looks good. Let's get that off the smoker. All right, so we smoked this a little over an hour. Skin is crispy. The meat is beautifully cooked through. Looks soft and tender. Smokiness permeated. See how that skin does. Fat rendered out from under the skin. Took a little bit of a bite to get through it, but it cracked, so that's good. This is a delicious bite. This chicken was smoked on my InGrill smoker. The meat got a nice smoky flavor to it. The texture is real soft. I really like it with that red pepper aioli. Same thing with that sausage. Mm. This cook was really pretty easy. We lit the fire, let it ash over, put our food in the cooker, controlled the temperature with the top vent, and I feel very happy about this cook. Can I stand behind InGrills? Yes. Chef's Backyard, go check out InGrills. I'll leave a link in the video description below. You can pick yours up. I may make a commission on it, but only if you buy one. As always, thanks for stopping by here at the Chef's Backyard. Happy dance, happy dance. All right, guys, this chicken came out wonderfully smoky, well cooked. I'm trying to close this video out, and the dogs in the neighborhood are barking. They're going crazy. This chicken came out wonderful, smoky, delicious, fat rendered out from the skin. I recommend you checking out InGrills. Check out the link in the description below. Peace and love from Chef John here in the Chef's Backyard. We'll see you soon.
As always, like, subscribe, share. Thanks for being part of the Chef's Backyard family. So after the cook was over, the cook time was about an hour and a half. So we're at about hour 45, 2 hours right here. This is what was left down in the coal bucket. Pretty good. So if you're cooking longer than that, you might want to be ready for a recharge. But it gave me a lot of fire, a lot of fuel, enough to do the cook. And then here's just some different shots of the grill and the food kind of as it was all cooking. Again, thanks guys for watching. Thanks for all of your support. Hopefully I'll get a like, a share, a subscribe out of you. And we'll see you soon here at the Chef's Backyard. Peace and love.
Happy dance, happy dance.